What's up, guys? A little nightly update here on my time off on the Seadoo 587 yellow. And so I didn't film me cleaning the case out, but you saw last night I did split the case. I did have a bunch of metal in there, got it all out. Carb cleaned or brake cleaned the whole inside, got it all nice and shiny. Put the new rotary gear in. Rotary gear meshed nicely, got the gear on the crankshaft cleaned out, buffed out, you know, nice and clean. And I put, there's no gasket for the case when you split that, so you use like a really thin layer of gasket maker like Permatex. I use copper, and it went well. I torqued it down, 17 foot-pounds of torque in the sequence on the case bolts, so I got that tightened down. I did put new crankcase seals or crankshaft seals on the front and the back. Okay, so basically the bottom end's been touched up, ready to go, and I got the pistons on, which again are pretty much brand new. I got the clips in there easily, not like the last time. They went in really easy. Now, a couple things I want to show you. In the future, what you're going to see is I got some stuff here that I really want to show you guys in the future, you know, by Klotz. And Klotz makes the finest. This is not a paid endorsement by any means, but I'm going to tell you what, I have a whole box of Klotz stuff here that I've been waiting to use and show you. And I'm going to describe it, but what you might be saying, well, what the hell is the SuperTech Walmart brand oil doing on the bench here? Well, okay, so I got to break in this top end, and I got to use, what I use this oil for is two things. For break-in, you could use any oil for break-in, not any oil, I'm sorry, any brand of crap oil. But basically what you want to do is, well, I use that to lube up, you know, the wrist pin bearings and when I'm sliding in the wrist pins and all that. Coating the bearings after I killed it with brake clean, you know, so they're not dry. But when you break in a motor, and we're going to talk about this in other videos, when you break in a motor, you don't want to use high-quality synthetic yet until the rings seat, because it's so slippery, it's so you know, synthetic, you know, high viscosity, that it doesn't let the rings cut into the cylinder after they're freshly honed and seat. So I use just regular old TCW3 for water-cooled engines after like a full tank of riding, you know, very lightly, warming it up, you know, shutting it down, getting a couple of heat cycles in there, warm it up, ride it until I burn out about a tank. My tank holds what, 4 or 5 gallons? After that, I switch to the full synthetic, and we're going to talk in a whole video about Klotz, because there's a lot of stuff that I have from Klotz. They make really good stuff. Look at this. I got ethanol gas treatment, you know, I got fog on, and the fog on, what I did with that was, because I'm in a standstill now, I need a ball hone. So I don't want this engine, I'm going to stuff rags in here, but being that I brake cleaned it, you know, it was dry, I loaded it with that fog on. That's a engine storage lubricant that's really, really high quality. And it even says on there, excellent after run lubricant, because, you know, when you get these things, you're running them hard and then they're going to sit for a couple weeks. If you're using ethanol gas, that ethanol will eat the inside of that engine. If you're using poor oil, you know, it gums up, the rings stick, the bearings get dry, and then you get dry starts, and that's not good. The seals don't, you know, stay wet. So that stuff's great to fog your motor after a run, and it smells great. But Klotz has its own smell. We're going to talk about that in a whole nother video. If you're not familiar with Klotz, check out their website, and the link is in the description. And you know, I'll break it down in a future video, and we'll talk about their quality versus something like, you know, store brand oil and stuff, because they really do make for, I mean, if you're a serious dirt biker or two-stroke enthusiast, I'm pretty sure you've heard of Klotz. And so what I'm going to do is, like I did my last motor, the other one, I'm going to break it in with some regular, you know, not super high viscous oil, get the rings to cut in and seat properly. Then I'm going to switch to full synthetic and use that, and your engine will last a long time, and it will thank you in the long run. So we'll talk about Klotz in the future. In fact, let's see what I got over here. The jet pump that I just redid on mine. Look at that. Klotz Technoplate jet pump synthetic lubricant, less drag, more power. Klotz makes some good stuff, guys. And I'm proud to hopefully get some stickers from them, you know, decals. I'll put them on my jet ski when I paint it, and it'll look important, you know. It won't look like an old GTX out here. It'll look a little more important. So anyways, that's the update. The next video you'll see, I'll be in the water because I got to get this head milled here. I got to get the ball honed for the cylinders and get them honed out and put this together and seat the rings. And the wife is anxious to have her own jet ski. So thanks for watching. That's the update, and more on the way.